Today I'd like to take you on a walkthrough of our new Pursuit C280 center console. This is the latest new model that we've introduced into our complete family of center consoles that range from 23 to 34 feet. The C280 has a 28-foot centerline length. It's got a 9.5-foot beam. It carries 220 gallons of fuel, and it weighs in just over 8,500 pounds dry with the twin Yamaha F250s. Now, the first very important point that I'd like to make is that this model has a particular hull design that is specific to this deck. And what we've done is, in order to optimize our performance, is that we've designed our boats with specific purposeful hulls for each and every deck. You know, every deck has a particular weight distribution. Some cabin boats have a little more weight forward, and center consoles have a different weight distribution, obviously. So what we've done is we've designed the buoyancy into the bottom of the boat to support this particular deck. What that does is it really optimizes the performance aspect of our product. Now, what that means is, as an example, is that this boat loaded will run at wide open throttle almost 54 miles an hour. At a comfortable 3,500 RPM engine speed, the boat cruises about 28 miles an hour, and actually it has a range of about 400 miles. Now, this specific hull design really not only optimizes the weight distribution, but it optimizes the way that the boat performs. If you watch the boat while it's underway, you'll see that it's running at an ideal running angle, and we optimize the speed and performance and really the comfort and the ride in the boat as well. Starting up forward, we designed the boat with an optional through-the-hull windlass. That not only allows the windlass system to be very functional, but it really allows us to enhance the appearance of the boat and really make the deck nice and clean and uncluttered. Okay, underneath the anchor hatch, we've got an insert that's a fiberglass insert that's been bonded to the inside of the hull, and then that really stows the anchor in position here. The fiberglass insert also matches the hull color that we designed that we built into the boat. Now, the deck design allows me to walk all the way forward where I can deal with the lines and handle equipment up here on the deck or do some fishing, off the front of the boat. You'll also notice that we've left the deck design very, very clean. These are recessed cleats that, again, are very functional, but they also recess into the deck and make the deck design very clean and uncluttered. We have a recessed bow rail or grab rail that we've designed into the forward part of the deck. And again, that's to add some safety. It's in a very comfortable position so that you can walk up forward, or as you're walking and moving around on the boat, it just seems to be in the right place. And I think you'll agree that the recessed bow rail also accents the boat's lines, and it's exceptional styling. Now, one of the most popular features that we design into all of our Pursuit center console models is our versatility that comes with our forward seating. Our customers really appreciate the crossover appeal that they get from our boats, for fishing or for day boating and cruising, and the forward seating really allows for that. Now, the comfortable seat cushions are removable so that you can use these boxes actually as a casting platform. Of course, they incorporate our Pursuit non-skid into the surface of these boxes. The boxes are also openable, of course, and then we've got some storage that's fiberglass lined with a drain that drains the box completely overboard. And another thing I'd like for you to take a look at is that you'll see that all of the hatch lids that we incorporate into our boats actually have rubber gaskets that are incorporated into the inside of the lids, so that when you close those, they don't rattle, they don't squeak. The boat's very, very quiet while you're underway. Now, you'll also notice that we've got some enormous storage below the deck. And as we open this deck hatch, you'll see that the inside or the interior of this area is finished fiberglass, and that comes from the fiberglass infused stringer system that we build and design into the boat. And actually it allows for a real convenient, nice, finished, and clean area for storage. We designed a lot of drink holders into various areas of the boat. Up forward we have some stainless steel drink holders that fit into this area right here. And one of the examples of our extreme attention to detail I can show you right here. As a matter of fact, the drink holder has a drain down near the bottom of the deck here, or down near the deck floor, so that the drink holder will drain directly overboard. It doesn't drain inside the deck of the boat. Another example, I think a great example of our exceptional attention to detail is our non-skid surface. And you can see that that's patterned into the deck in such a way that it adds a lot of nice style, certainly a lot of good detail to the deck area. Now also in this forward seating area, we designed in an insulated cooler in the forward part of the console, and that allows you to put some drinks and ice and also some food. We even have a sandwich tray that we designed into the boat as well. This also drains directly overboard. Now on some of those days where you don't want to do some fishing and you want to do some sunbathing and some day boating, we also offer an optional sun pad arrangement up here that fills into this position and really creates a nice, big, comfortable padded sun pad for this area. And one final point that I want to make is that you'll notice that we have some combing pads that are standard in the 28 that actually surround the interior of the entire deck. And it just makes it more comfortable for either the seating area and certainly the fishing area in the cockpit. And then take a look at the added detail that we designed into this area of the deck. Our non-skid is nice. It has a nice pattern. It's easy to keep clean. It's very, very attractive. It's contemporary in its look. And then we've added this detail around the fuel fill and around the deck cleat, and it really, really accents the rest of the boat. Now as we work our way further aft into the cockpit, you can see that we've inserted some combing boards separate into the deck. And what this does is actually allow us to design in some additional toe space underneath the combing boards. And of course we provide these standard comfortable combing pads as well. But this really allows you a lot of stability when you take a line off the dock, or you can take a fish over the side of the boat. Pursuit's always had a great reputation for the design of our helms. We design these to be functional and comfortable, but we also design a lot of detail, a lot of eye appeal into the design of the helm space as well. Everything's within reach. We leave space for two 12-inch screens here. We've got the Yamaha command link digital gauges that are designed into that area. Everything's placed right where it needs to be. Now the boat comes standard with a tilt helm. We also make optional the Teleflex power steering. Over here we've got the Yamaha electronic binnacle controls, and then as we move a little further over, you have two drink holders that are stainless steel, and you bet they do drain overboard. And this boat also comes standard with a tempered safety glass full wraparound windshield and a standard 7-inch Ritchie compass. And I talked to you earlier about how important performance is in our objectives with new product design, and gave you some examples about how the boat runs. Another part of what we do, and some of the things that I mentioned earlier, really speak to the extreme attention to detail that we incorporate into our product. Part of that you can see here in the new hardtop that we've designed into the C280. And actually we've got a powder-coated hardtop frame, aluminum hardtop frame. We've designed in a radio box overhead or a storage box overhead, a lot of additional storage and added detail that's designed into this area as well. And it just really makes for a very, very impressive package. We've also incorporated into our new hardtop the E-Tech Wahoo outriggers, and they're both through the hardtop type outriggers. They're real smooth in the way they operate, and they're real positive in the way that they lock into position. Now the C280 comes standard with a bench seat leaning post here at the helm, and then we option in these twin bucket seats that are very, very comfortable. They're adjustable forward and aft, of course, and then they also have a flip-up bolster so that you can use this as a leaning post. We've also designed into the seat console a standard 50-gallon circulating bait well system, and it incorporates a plexiglass lid that allows sunlight into the bait tank. We also paint the interior of the tank with blue gel coat. And those things combined allow the bait to live longer and thrive in the bait tank. Now in the aft cockpit we have 3 dedicated areas that provide for insulated storage, for fish storage. And one is here in the transom area, and it's an insulated box that drains directly overboard. Then we have one on either side of the cockpit, and each of those are insulated. They drain through a macerator pump-out arrangement. Now it's really handy to have this sink designed into this area of the transom. We also have a freshwater wand right here that allows you to use this for cleanup, or you can use it as a transom shower. Now, in keeping with the crossover appeal and the versatility that we designed into the boat, we've added a fold-away stern seat in this area of the transom. And it's a nice, comfortable stern seat for 2 people. And then, of course, it folds away when you want to open the cockpit up for fishing and just make it more comfortable to move around. Okay, we've also located the 12-volt switch panel, breaker panel, and battery switches in a real comfortable and convenient location. The boat's also optional with 50-amp shore power, and that's controlled from this area as well. And finally, we've allowed for great access below the deck to all the mechanicals. As I open this hatch, you'll see that you have good access to both fuel water separators. There's a sea strainer that's connected to the bait well system that's accessible. All of this is finished in the bilge area as part of the pan that's designed into the resin-infused stringer system. Now you can access this big safe cockpit through the entry with this companionway door, and that locks into position with some stainless steel hardware. We have another deck hatch that allows you access to the bilge. And then back here we've got another hatch that allows you good access to a fold-away transom ladder that we've designed into the back of the deck. And then finally, we've included standard a raw water washdown that's accessible down here in the starboard side of the deck, so that you can hook up a hose and just really wash the boat down as you're out offshore. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here today talking about all of the things that we've designed into the Pursuit C280 center console. Just keep in mind, all of those things contribute to the exceptional performance, style, and the extreme attention to detail that we design into our product.